Hi, it's Denise with Ladybug Stampin, and today I'm going to go over some cards that we made in my bingo group. I hold a Stampin' style bingo every year when the annual catalog comes out. I've also held it for a holiday catalog in the past, and I will in the future be hosting one for the new mini catalog from the August to December, and then the one from January to I think it's May or June. So and we have lots of fun. They win prizes. We play we play games to earn door prize tickets, and of course we make cards. And this year we used the In Good Taste suite, and we made 4 cards this year. I think last year we did a 3D project, but this year I stuck with 4 cards because we went with this stamp set from In Good Taste, which you can see it on page 122 through 124. Here's the stamp set, and it is a very pretty stamp set, and it's got some great dies that go with it. But I was really intimidated by this set. I don't know why. How was I going to create 4 cards, you know? But I did come up with some pretty simple ones. Along with their goodie bag, they get the stamp set that they pay for, and as part of the goodie bag, what they pay for, they get that. And then they also have the option to buy the dies at the discounted price if they want that, so they don't have to pay full price for that. They can get it at that time. And if they get the dies that I don't usually send them pre-cuts, they will cut it out themselves, and it gives them a chance to play along a little bit longer. Now this year we used Zoom for our virtual event, and it was so fun, you guys. We laughed, we had a great time. I always get on there and act a little silly. Most of you guys know I like to act silly. I like to get on there and sing for them, and different things, just to make it more fun because it is a virtual event. And we did really have a good time. But we did forget to take some potty breaks because normally in the past when I used YouTube, I would record the bingo game, and then I would stop, and then I would come back and record, and then I would go over and I'd make the card. Well, I did all this live, of course, but I would do it in short videos. And since this year we did Zoom, I did forget that. So making a timeline for next year to make sure that I am, get those potty breaks in. And the game usually lasts about 4 hours, so we need at least 1 or 2 during that time. But this is a very beautiful set. The DSP in this suite is just absolutely gorgeous. We did use a little bit of DSP, not very much, just a couple. I think it was just a piece actually of it. But again, they had the option; they could buy that if they wanted to. And then, of course, I had this in the paper share. All right, so let me show you the cards, because that's what we're here for. So I'm not going to put them together. I've already got them put together. And we're going to go with the very first card that I made, and it's a very simple card. And I used the stamp set to create just ink and paper is all I used, along with the stamp set, of course. And we used Night of Navy and Smoky Slate was the 2 inks that I sent them, and I sent little ink spots to go in their goodie bag, because I don't know if everybody has, those colors. So I always do try to send the colors that we're going to use in the cards. And here you can see I used that big flower, and I'm not sure what the flower is called, but I stamped it in Night of Navy and then inked off. And then I took this little element here, and I inked up in Smoky Slate, stamped it off, and then stamped it on there. And then this element, I stamped 3 times, and then this sprig I stamped 1 time, and this is in Night of Navy. And then the You Are the Best I stamped in Night of Navy. Now, on my blog post, which the link is down below, I have all the sizes for these cards. Okay, and with the list of the supplies, you can see the supplies listed down below in this video, but for the card sizes, I decided to leave it in the blog post because there's 4 cards. So that was the first card, so that was kind of an easy one. Then we moved to this card, and again, I took that stamp set, and I used that flower, and I stamped, kind of like in a line, and then I came back in the second generation, I stamped off, and I stamped it in the white spaces. Not all of them. I left some few little white spaces there, but I stamped it like a shadow. And then we used the die cuts. All three of these die cuts are from the coordinating dies that go with that. And this color is Smoky Slate, and then this is Seaside Spray, which is one of the 2019 to 2021 in colors. I had to think of the years there. It has coordinating ribbon, this linen ribbon. It's really pretty. I love this ribbon. And then I just put a couple pieces, you know, of die cuts underneath that with that sentiment. The good things in life are better with you. And it's definitely true for everyone that supports me and supports my channel and just is a friend of mine on here. And the base is Smoky Slate. Again, the measurements are on my blog post. The third card that we made is just a quick literally it's just a card base using crumb cake. And then I took that sprig and I stamped it in the Smoky Slate. I stamped off and I stamped, just made like a random pattern. Then here's some of that DSP, and this is kind of looks like blue tiles in a way. And I just made like a banner flag with that. And then I used some Blushing Bride cardstock, not Blushing Bride, I'm sorry, Petal Pink cardstock, and I ran it through the textured embossing folder. And what was that called? Let's see. Let me pull that back out because I want to make sure you guys get the right. It was the Tasteful Textile. And then we used some of the elements, the In Good Taste elements. They're wood elements, so we used the circles. Now, they did get a share of these elements, so they got the leaves and these little circles, and we used a few of those. I also used some blue, the denim ribbon, the braided linen thread, and then just some linen thread. Made a bow out of that. And then on this piece right here, on this linen, the braided, I kind of loosened the ends a little bit just to get a little bit of texture. This card is kind of not showing it that well, but there you go. And then we stamped on some vellum in the Memento Tuxedo Black ink for the sentiment. I would stamp this first, let it dry, and before you put your card together. Also, I would run the die first and then add the stamp, the image. Now, you can see I did stamp a little bit over to the right because I wanted to have a piece over here, and then this feather was stamped in Night of Navy. And we did fussy cut this, but it's really not a hard piece to fussy cut. It was really simple. Even the girls that don't like to fussy cut didn't think it was that bad. Okay, and then here's the fourth card. And this one is using Blushing Bride, Smoky Slate for the cardstock, and of course Whisper White. And then on the flowers, I stamped in Smoky Slate, and I stamped it once on our panel, our 2x4 panel, and then I stamped it twice on a piece of Whisper White, and then fussy cut this flower. And again, this flower, as you can see, is not that difficult to fussy cut. It was really easy. We did it all together on the Zoom, and we were done pretty quickly. And then I used the Smoky Slate for the sentiment, and of course we've got some pearls here. I've got all three sizes. I went from larger to the small one. Now this card is one of those that has an opening, the split in the middle. I don't know what kind of card is this called. I love this card shape. And then I stamped in the middle with the good things in life are better with you. And I will say we used every stamp in this stamp set. So they definitely got the value for their money on this one. Now on here, what I did was I cut this first. I think this was an inch. I know that the instructions are on the blog post again. And then the middle piece is what I used for this right here, okay? So you're going to cut this off first, and then you're going to cut here, and then that becomes this piece right here. And the same way with the Smoky Slate, I kind of made one big piece for them, and then I cut this size, And then I cut that size, which left this size for the matting on this one. And the same way with the DSP. And the DSP, this is the only DSP we used. Or, well, no, I guess we did use two pieces of it. This was from the In Good Taste DSP as well. Let me go grab the stamp set, and I'll go over the stamps with you. So here's the stamp set. And again, you can see that we used every sentiment and we used every image on this stamp set. So you can get, I got 4 cards, and you can literally get more cards out of this one stamp set. You can use just the feathers, you can just use the flower, you know, or just the sentiment itself. And it's really a nice stamp set. Again, I didn't think I was going to be able to pull off 4 cards, but a few days before I had to send out the packages, I got them done. Actually, not even a few days, guys, like 2 days. And then I had to cut everything the next to get it in the mail in time. And then here, put these over here to the side for just a second, are the dies. I'm going to open this up so you guys can see. Now, we only did use a few of these, but I used this one on this right here on this card, and then on this one, I think it was this one right here I used. Yeah. And then I used these two, this flag and this one, also on this card right here. So nice labels for your sentiments and stuff. And then they've got these 2 round ones down here as well. So you got lots of shapes for labels on here. You can do a lot of things with this stamp set, and you can use these dies on other stamp sets as well. You just have to match it up. I mean, this little flag, that's so cute. I just love that flag. Okay, so that's what we used in this year's bingo. Again, I have a blog post talking all about our bingo game and how much fun we had. And then I do have the measurements for all 4 cards and the supplies listed on my blog post. And again, the link is down below. All right, guys. Well, if you would like to join us for the next bingo, it is going to be for the August to December 2020 mini catalog. That's going to be coming out in August, of course. And I will be taking, I will have a blog post in probably about a week to RSVP for that bingo. And I'm going to tell you guys that did I tell you that we had 19 people that signed up? We did have 2 that didn't show up, but that's still 17 in the bingo. Ended up with a total of 8 games. We had a blast. So I would love to have you guys there. If I end up with more than 19, if I end up with 20 people this time, I may break it up in 2 bingos and have one Friday night and have one Saturday night, just to make it a little bit more fair for the games, for the prizes. So I know that with 19, I was able to get 8 games. So with 20, I definitely could get, 4 and 4 and then 2 grand prizes. All right, guys. Well, let me know what you think. And don't forget to give me a like. That lets me know that you like this. And don't forget to comment. And if you comment, leave a comment, I will send 4 people each a card. So I will just put them in the envelopes. You won't know what you're getting. I won't know what you're getting. I'll put the envelopes in the cards, and then put your address label on there. But if you'll comment, I will give it until next Monday, because this is going to go up on Tuesday. So I will give it till next Monday, and then I will draw names, 4 names, and then you guys will each get one of these cards. All right? All right. Well, thanks, guys, for stopping by, and don't forget to go check out that blog post and read about all the fun that we had. You guys have a wonderful day and a blessed day, and I will see you next time. Toodles!